Good morning. I'm here in Amsterdam, first morning, and this last, most recent visit of mine, I've been shopping. Look, I got milk, I got muesli, all these things that you buy when you're just shopping for yourself, because, you know, I don't have Kerry telling me what I can and can't eat. Not that I wouldn't do that at home anyway. So that's Dam Square behind me, so the centre of Amsterdam. I kind of live in the centre when I come here, which is pretty cool. I guess it's about 8:30, so coming on peak hour. 68% of all trips into the city are made by bike. This is one of the busier bike streets, everyone coming in. This is one of the, I guess Holland's famous for these barrier protected cycle tracks. They use the parked cars as a barrier so the bikes can ride in safety down there. They only do that, of course, because it's also a street that they've got cars going down, and it's, in one sense you could say it's to allow free flow of the cars, because when you get into the canal district over here, the situation changes, and it's just all shared space, so it's cars and bikes together. But of course, you know, the bikes way outnumber the cars, and the people who are in cars are typical jerks, always trying to, oh, these guys aren't so bad, but some of the taxis can be jerks trying to push their way through. So the canal district, which is, you know, everyone knows that they come and take photos of this sort of thing, the bikes up against the canals and all the old buildings from the 1600s. The innermost canal, this one's called the Single, kind of easy to remember. Single means one, it's the innermost canal, that's the way I remember it. The street down there with that tram going along, it's one of the arterial roads coming into the city that encourage cars and I think seem unnecessary. When you get into this is what's called the 9 streets now, so there are these 3 streets divided into 3 blocks, and they're all quite narrow. You see, this time of day they've got a few vans doing deliveries and stuff parked up on the curb, which is annoying. Most of these shops along here, really, they're very touristic these days, so I have to walk some distance to get some groceries. They're deliberately designed to be narrow because back in the 1600s even they realised they didn't want all of the trucks, and not trucks, the carts sort of cluttering up the city centre. So they deliberately made these streets narrow. The perimeter blocks that frame them are enormous actually, and they have enormous courtyards in the middle. It can be quite sweet though, because when you think about it, this is rush hour. You know, nearly all of the people are coming into town to work by bike, and kids off to school and all that sort of stuff. It's reasonably quiet, you know. It doesn't feel like rush hour in a place like New York or Sydney. It's only a city of 800,000, so it's not that big. Still, it's the premier city of Holland, with an awful lot of businesses in the city centre. The way the streets are means that the rubbish has to be collected like this. It's funny, you see all these sorts of things like kids going to school in cargo bikes. It's just like where I live back home in Newcastle. Although back home in Newcastle in the city centre there might be 4 of us families raising our kids that way. Here it's like nearly every family.